What's going on, Capricorn? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right, guys, so let's jump right into your love reading. I'm going to be kind of like freestyling this, seeing what's going on your end of things and the first person that comes to mind when you think about love. But let's get into it, guys. So I do want to start just with the general energy. Let's see what's going on. And do keep in mind, like I always say, this could be for Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus Capricorn signs. And always keep in mind that the energy could be transferable. So it could be your energy that I'm picking up on or the energy of someone around you, okay? Alright, so what is the general energy around Capricorn right now? And guys, I will not be doing personal readings the last week of November because I'm going to be visiting family. So if you need something, just keep that in mind. Get it before then. You can book a reading while I'm gone, and I'm just going to do first come, first serve when I get back to work. But just keep that in mind. I don't want anyone yelling at me during my Thanksgiving dinner about readings, okay? All right, so we have the Nine of Swords, Four of Wands. All right, the Death card and the King of Swords. So let's start off with this. Energy here, Eight of Coins, Seven of Wands in the reverse, and the Fool card. Okay, I think the biggest thing that you guys are worrying about right now is I want things to be stable. Whether I'm single or in love, I just want things to go smoothly. I want them to be stable. For some of you, you could be concerned about a change that could be happening with a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. For others of you, there might be something where you or a person that you were dealing with decided to just take a whole different route. And now it's something that you're thinking about. All right. Where you might want change in this. You might want stability in this. But the problem could be is that someone's not communicating or both parties are not communicating. Okay. Four of Coins. Hermit card in the reverse. We have the Four of Cups. Page of Swords in the reverse. Okay. So we have the Page of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Six of Coins, Chariot. Okay. For some of you, there's something that needs to change. You need to become cold towards something because you want stability in your life. For others of you, there's something where communication isn't happening, and there could be reservation on either your end, their end, or on both ends because of what you don't know. How is this person going to receive me? Am I going to get a huge hug because they missed me? Or am I going to get a smack in the face that's long overdue? So it's like that sort of thing where it's like, I don't know how someone might react. So that could be what the reservation is. Okay, so it's either a person choosing not to accept something because they just want peace, or a person is scared to accept something because they don't know if their offer is going to be, thrown on the ground or not. Okay. All right, guys, so we're going to look at both ends. We're going to look at your end and this person's end. Now, if you guys have no prospects at all, there's no one that you're interested in, then this could be someone that's coming in for you or just the energy that you have to deal with in love, okay? All right. So what is going on the Capricorn end? How are you viewing this person or the situation? What is going on the Capricorn end of things? What is going on the Capricorn end of things? You guys got the Eight of Wands reversed, so I'm going to ask the deck for at least 2 more cards to start. We have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. Wands in the reverse, Five of Swords. You feel like there's something that got out of control, honestly. Capricorn, I feel like there's something that you were not genuinely invested in, to be honest. Okay? And there might have been a lot of bumps in the road with something. Like, I feel like you're still strong no matter what. But I really think you guys got yourself wrapped up in something that was really deterring you from what you were meant to do in life. Alright? So for a lot of you, it's just a sense of, look, I'm not happy here, so I need to let this go. Alright? Because I just don't want the burden of all this conflict. Okay? I don't want it. Three of Coins. Five of Wands. Hanged Man in the reverse. Let's get one more. King of Swords in the reverse. For others, this is in regards to someone that, again, you haven't spoken to, that you may want to build with, but you're unsure of whether or not it'll feel forced or not, whether there will be fighting or not. Because I just feel like there's going to be a situation where either you guys become very cold towards someone, or you've been very cold towards someone, or it could be someone being cold towards you. But this is your side of things, all right? So let me pull cards for their end. What are they thinking when it comes to you, Cap? Nine of Swords in the reverse. Hierophant in the reverse. We have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So let's start there. Okay, Temperance card in the reverse. You guys know I love you so much. I don't like to sugarcoat shit because that's a fucking waste of time. But straight up, from what I see with this person, the way they view you, whether it's the truth or not, this is just their feelings right now. They think there's too much conflict with you. They think that you're going to deter them from who they're meant to be in life and what they're meant to do in life. And they just don't want the stress. They don't want the anxiety. We have the Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands, the World card. They view you as someone who is full of life, someone very beautiful or handsome. But with this specific thing, and I'm not shitting on anybody because, you know, I'm not going to throw stones in a glass house. I've had my share of fuck-ups. But with this specific person, Capricorn, I feel like there's something that happened between the two of you guys where they genuinely feel like they can grow in a more healthy way without this. Okay, I think that there's a lot that you realized with this person, but I think that there was some sort of instability here with this person. Knight of Coins in the reverse. Six of Cups. This person is very hesitant when it comes to getting back with you. I think that this, I don't know what happened here, Capricorn, but I sense someone who's really hurt. Okay, keep in mind this could be vice versa. Maybe you guys feel this way, but I see someone who feels very hurt, someone who felt left out in the cold or rejected. But I don't see them wanting to build on this. I see them as very overly protective over you. So if you guys did something very wrong, or if this person did very wrong, you know, did something very wrong to you, I don't think that this is something where I can say, you know, can you forgive me? And it's a yes. No, I think that this is something where a person's going to have to work and work hard for forgiveness. All right. So I don't know what it is, but whether it's on your end or someone else's end, there was a huge conflict that someone's just like, hell fucking no. There's no way I'm getting myself into that again. And it's very strong, Capricorn. I'm going to talk about this from two ends before I just talk about one end to one end. I think that just in this whole love situation, there is someone here that fucked up royally. And I think that it's like I always think there's two of us within a body. We have our soul, which always knows the truth. And then we have our human ego. And sometimes there's a battle between the two. Okay? So I think that there was something where a person fucked up and their soul was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? I'm sorry I'm cursing so much, but this looks like a really messed up situation. But I feel like someone's soul was just like, how could you do that? Why are you doing that? And then the ego part of that person was like, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm cool. But it's really not cool at all. So I think that the person who had that, oh yeah, I'm cool, I think now they're suffering. Because it's just like, there's a complete red light, there's a complete stop sign. Someone is not going to allow access to them. Okay? But poor judgment was made. Okay? Two of Swords in the reverse. High Priestess in the reverse. And the Sun card in the reverse. Okay? With the current energies right now, I'm not saying this can't be fixed, but someone strongly does not trust another person. And it's that sort of trust where, like, have you guys ever been so head over heels in love with someone, but then something really messed up happens, and it's just like, I don't care if I have to suffer in silence and cry myself to sleep for the next 5 months, you will never hear from me again. That's the energy that I feel here. I feel like even if someone is still in love with another person, or they still think about another person, or they're sad about what happened with another person, that's not enough to make them go through that all over again. Okay? So I'm not saying that shit can't work here. I'm just saying that you're going to start from scratch, and that the trust needs to be rebuilt, and that it's not going to be easy. And if that's something you want to take on and you truly love someone, sure, go for it. But if it's the type of thing where a person just doesn't want to do the hard work, then it's not going to work, because this is not going to be something that you can just slide through. You can't just skate through this. This is something where either one or both parties fucked up, and now it's just like, okay, explain yourself. What's good? Okay? And I think that with what happened here, with this High Priestess in the reverse, there's a lot of awareness now. So it's like, I feel like someone might just expect another person to fuck up, you know. If these two people were to talk again, and someone says, hey, I'm going out with my boys, I'll be back around 3, and that's the last thing that they said the last time they cheated on you, now the other person is going to be sitting at home like, yo, low-key, they could be doing what they did to me last time. So, I think, I'm not saying that this can't work, but I think that for this to actually work and be healthy, a lot of repair has to happen. Like, you need to start from square one. This is not something where you can just expect forgiveness, or they can just expect forgiveness. You know, there has to be a talk. All right? Okay, guys. So I want to get into the general advice. If this is resonating with you guys so far, there is a link in the description below to donate. Thank you so much, guys, to those that do. It definitely helps me out a lot. All right? But we're going to do general energy first. Then we're going to do singles. We'll do those in the gray area. We'll do couples. And then we'll do a pool for those who date the same sex, okay? All right. So general energy for all Capricorns. What does Spirit want to advise for November when it comes to love? Page of Cups, the Fool card. Let's get at least one more card here. 8 of Cups. I think that somebody was very passionate about a particular path, but they got into it not knowing the full story, and it broke their heart. Okay? And now there's balance that needs to be found, and I think that you guys go in a direction where you take a whole new path. It's unmarked territory. So either you completely leave something behind to just start new, you know, someone you haven't been with, a life you haven't lived, okay? Or if it's going to be reconciling with someone, or just working on something where you already know this person, then I think a whole new approach needs to be taken things cannot work in the way that they did in the past. Knight of Cups in the reverse. Nine of Swords. The Chariot. Yeah, I feel like someone strongly moves away from something that caused them a lot of anxiety. They couldn't trust things. And what Spirit is saying, once you walk away from that untrustworthy energy, whether it's the other person's energy or your energy, like once all the fuckboy stuff or the fuckgirl stuff stops happening, a lot happens for you. So it really depends the end that you're on, Capricorn. So if you feel like you've really been screwed over by a player, you need to drop that player completely, and your life excels. You're teaching the universe how to treat you by not, allowing that sort of behavior around you. But if this is something where, where you're just walking away from things that didn't work out and you're going towards new things, things really, really take off. Okay? But all in all, there's something that Spirit says you need to protect yourself from, or that someone needs to protect themselves from. Okay. Alright, so let's do singles first. And guys, you can follow me on Instagram, High Vibrations 44. I am also on Twitter, Bruhashit. Alright. Singles, what is the advice here? Nine of Wands in the reverse, King of Swords in the reverse, Five of Cups. Take the loss. Okay, let it go. Protect yourself heavily. There could have been a situation that was abusive, mentally, physically, emotionally, verbally, but something that someone wanted would have only brought them a lot of pain. And I'm sensing narcissism and physical pain here as well. Okay, so be careful with that, guys. There's something that would have made you happy for 0.27 seconds. Okay. King of Wands in the reverse. Something cannot be trusted, whether it's you or someone else. So a loss needs to be taken. Three of Swords in the reverse. So yeah, something's not going to be reciprocated. Stand your ground with this. Heal from it. Let it go. Okay? For those in a gray area, maybe you've been talking to someone for a bit now. You're trying to decide, do I take this to the next level or not? Or maybe you were in a relationship and you guys got into an argument and you said, let's take a week to ourselves to just think and breathe, and someone's wondering, well, are we still together? Okay? So for those in the gray area, what is the advice here? Seven of Cups in the reverse. Someone's seeing something for what it is. Queen of Swords. Four of Coins in the reverse. Let's get 3 more cards here. Page of Swords in the reverse. 6 of Coins in the reverse. 7 of Coins in the reverse. The truth was exposed on something. So again, there's a need to protect yourself. Just because something is pretty doesn't mean that you should always go for it. Okay? Or something is appealing. But there's something that you guys realize is a waste of time and effort. Okay? And it's like you realize, look, I wasn't thinking clearly with this sort of energy around me. Okay. Sorry, I have like gras belief on this. But there's something here where you protect yourself and you find balance because you don't mess with that energy that was wasting your time. And then there's so much passion and heated love that comes in from a different direction. With the High Priestess there, I know that you guys are in tune right now. So if your spirit is telling you something messed up is going on, it is. All right, you don't need proof. You don't need to look through no one's phone, no crazy shit. If you feel it, know it. Okay? That your feelings are truth. So move away from that truth that you feel like there is no truth. Okay? You feel like someone's lying to you or whatever. And then that's when you get into alignment with something very heavy, hot, and heated. Okay? Thank you guys for your donations here. All right, so for those in a relationship, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, 10 of Wands in the reverse, 2 of Wands in the reverse. Something happened, and it happened in a way where a person didn't expect it to go a certain way. Okay? And it's like there's like some sort of mistake. There was a path that was being taken that wasn't a good one. Some sort of imbalance that caused, it just caused a lot of instability, honestly, like a lot of conflict. But I see this being released, and I see you guys bringing in so much abundance. For a lot of you, it could be a lot of money. So either there's a situation where shit went haywire, but you and your your significant other, you find a way to get through this problem, and a lot of stuff comes in. You drop the burden. You are like swimming in this abundance. For some, it could be leaving behind a relationship altogether, and you start to excel once you leave that relationship. What I will say to clarify that is that with the change that's made, it's going to be very, very positive, but someone's going to be very hurt over it, whether it's both people involved or one of the people involved. Someone's going to feel rejected or left out in the cold. So for a lot of you, it could be an ending altogether in a relationship. Okay. If there was cheating, there's going to be an ending. Okay. Or it can just be that somebody finally cuts off a habit that was leaving you in a bad place. Maybe somebody was gambling. Maybe somebody was spending a lot of money on drugs. Maybe someone wasn't working, so they were depleting the other person. Okay? If it's something like that, it can be fixed. If it's something with cheating, it's going to be tough. Okay? If there's any sort of foul play like that, I see it being real tough. All right. For those who date the same sex, what is the advice here? Alright, so you guys had a lot of cards fall out here. Again, there's that sense of being very concerned about what's going to bring you peace, what's going to make you feel light in this world, what's going to make you feel like, like you're favored and you're blessed, and that spirit is looking out for you. Okay? You guys went through something that was very toxic, that actually brought you balance. Because you have that balance, the spirit is saying that the worst that you could have been through, okay, here's the balance that you have from that toxic thing. The worst that you could have went through, you went through it. There's a lot of happiness that's going to come in, okay? So you need to make sure that you're in a place where you are either single or self-sufficient, even if you're in a relationship, okay? There can't be codependency, because there's going to be a lot of growth here. And I see that a lot of conflict is avoided, okay? So I think that you guys are onto something that could be very strong. 3 of Wands, 2 of Wands. Yeah, you guys are really expanding with something strong. I see a very passionate offer coming in. And you're able to cut out the things that you don't have the energy for anymore. Okay? So I think you guys truly learned from something that was very tough. And now the universe wants to give you more. Okay? Alright, guys. I love you so much. If you guys need your own personal reading, the link is in the description below. Alright? Take care, guys.